100% on our way to the moon.
Moontrain's on point, we're in the groove, trading like a symphony. With the
Dow's
big
over
mics,
$50,000.
juicing up
I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader.
We're on the moon train.
Then we watched you guys land on the moon.
No, you did.
This is how you become a day trader.
All right, welcome guys. Absolutely legendary day again. I mean, what can I say? These are just some of the trades I pulled off. Absolutely insane. Glad to see so many of you absolutely smashed it. Great job. I mean, best place on the internet, according to many, right? Now, what do we got going on? We got a bunch of shit going on, okay? First things first, do not fucking get cooked. Again, there's a reason we've caught this whole rally. If you haven't caught this rally with me and you're on the train, you can always reach out. I work with a lot of people that aren't even on the train regarding trading psychology, which I think is like 75% of the shit. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody's different. Risk management, but again, people want to talk about greed, but fear is the killer. So we've caught this whole rally. I am going into absolute monk Eskimo mode. Why? Because the reality they're selling us has fucking Nutella floating in space and bullshit ceasefire deals, and Israel wants to give President Trump the first Israel Peace Prize. I mean, that's where we're at. So, the market. Again, I said yesterday that we have one spot, and this is where we get really technical, so I want you to follow along. Market is bearish under the daily 89. Okay, I've taught you about the 89 MA. I've taught you about the 89 daily. Okay, under it is bearish, above it is bullish. Okay, what happened when we breached it, back tested it, and we fucking sold. Now we're doing an attempt at it. Okay, disguised as a ceasefire. Okay, so you see, this is where we get really technical. Watch that Bollinger Band. Also, watch our target. If we reach that tomorrow, we start slow loading more puts. We took a starter today, in the money next week's Friday. Why? When people make this much money, which is a skill, but some people got lucky. The market needs to take back that money from the lucky people. So us who traded on skill with luck sprinkles need to make sure not to participate while this exercise happens. That means that you need to size down like 50%. Like right now is not, if you fucking miss this is not the time for you to try to make a bunch of more money. Okay, so the Zweig did not trigger. However, it could be that we're missing a day. Okay, it can trigger on a ripper like this, but we're missing a day, and I'm almost wondering if that is why. There's a different bread thrust, okay, that also is used that I'm watching here, if it can trigger. If we don't trigger this, we start selling. Now, I don't think it's going to be in a straight line, and the reason I think that is because that looks like a bottom to me. Like that's bottom size volume. Remember we talked about that? Okay. And there's several places you can backtest. But watch that. There's the peers. That does not mean we can't go tap that tomorrow. It would still be within the Bollinger Band. We can even go here. So tomorrow, this is what I think will happen. You have core PCE. Now, Kevin Hassett, the covert pumper at the White House, says that this war's oil spike will just affect one CPI and the market can bake that in. I obviously don't have access to that Maduro snow that they are all on, so I can't get behind that statement, but sure, whatever, Kev. Tomorrow, if we gap up on core PC that should not have this clusterfuck data inside of it, just regular clusterfuck, you might get a space Nutella type of move up here. Sell the overnight YOLO calls and buy some 0 DTE puts, okay? Because you probably then get a gap fill. If we gap down and are holding certain levels, we might rip back up. I don't think a major sell starts tomorrow. This gap is way too fucking big. It'll be a zigzag move. I don't even know if we're gonna go and close it. Okay? The reason I say that is I still think that after this there's a good chance that the market wants higher. Depends on if the United States on a world stage is going to distance themselves from Israel or not. Because if you can open the strait, fantastic. However, there's a problem here, which is why I made the comment today that you gotta have some thick fucking 5D chess obey glasses on to think that Iran charging tolls $2 million per ship and we're gonna split it with them is somehow good for the world economy. Think about it logistically and logically. Before this war, the strait was open with an average of 137 ships. Take 137 times 2, okay? So in about 2 weeks, you're gonna rack up on these tolls more money than all the cash pallets that were sent to Iran. So that begs the question, is this on purpose? Are we like using Iran as a proxy to break free from this? Or is this just an absolute shit show, catastrophe? So if it is, some people might get pissed off in the market. If it's not, some people might not. But I don't think this happens in a straight line, even though the market can do it if there's major escalation. It will start selling with a price target all the way down here if these 2 weeks is just used up to refuel, resupply and all of this shit, right? Then it's done deal. However, if we start seeing the shit show being a little coy and being like, oh, is there a ceasefire, is there not, blah 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 blah, right? Then in that case, my plan is in that case to buy the dips this week and then sit in those April 17th calls that are gonna be in the money here all the way down here. That is the day the ceasefire ends. You don't think the fucking market makers, after playing this mega move, are gonna do it again? Do you know how much fucking money was made overnight? So they're gonna have it's gonna look fucking really bad. Trump's gonna be tweeting all kinds of shit. However, JD Vance is going to Pakistan here over the weekend. So maybe we go higher on Monday and then we start selling due to uncertainty. Okay. Core PC and CPI will probably give some $5 moves within the range. Okay, I hope all of this makes sense. But again, we trade at elite levels, so everything affects everything and needs to be paid attention to, right? I mean, that's the whole point. It's not just one thing, it's all the things. So for tomorrow, very, very interesting setup. Pretty much shows that you're range bound, right? These are the top nodes on QQQ and SPY, means we don't go through that. Okay, there's not any negative reading above that warrants us to go. However, that is possible, and that is what I'm going for. But if we can get up here, I'm taking some 0 DT puts in the money. Okay, so sell the calls and do that, because I don't think that the sell starts from here. You got too much writing here. You still got to fish in the put, boys. Okay, how do I know? Because I fucking caught this mega trade. Could have held a little longer, but you know, I did make decent money. And when you catch it from here and you make 500%, you roll out. I mean, these ran from fucking $33 to like $2,200 in, you know, 30 minutes. But nevertheless, great trade. Still looking at Meta, looking at MU. I just trade the same shit because I know how they behave, right? And on SPY, 676s. If we can get here, I'll take some puts. Wait for this to come down. There's plenty of, as I said, this is still a bull flag. It's very fucking rare that a bull flag just starts ripping higher. It'll flirt with it, come back down. It's that fake dip. The longer down it goes, the better, right? But we are beyond overextended, so we need to range bound trade and slow bleed a little bit. That doesn't mean that you can't get rippers, but I mean, give me a fucking break. Look at the Namo. Do you want to be buying upside a lot here? No. The only way you would do that is if the bread thrust happens. Then there's the big problem, which is you were able on a tweet to get crude oil down to 83. On a ceasefire, you only achieved 91. Alright, hopefully that gives you enough material to also realize that probably after the new move. Oh yeah, we had the fucking trend change signal. Okay, we're on the, it can be like today, tomorrow. So if we gap up, take some fucking puts, sell your calls, write it down. Okay, if we gap down on core PC, we gotta see. Then we probably go down here. I also wanted, I mean, I kept yapping about this all day today, but there's a few ghost levels for you to, that's a buy level. And not only is that a buy level, but it's an old dark pool level, right? That's why I have that mapped right here as a green line. We hit this FOMC line today. I will buy that FOMC line. I will sell this FOMC line. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 FOMC lines, 6 FOMC lines to play ping pong within. I think we play ping pong within this range until either a permanent ceasefire or the next fucking FOMC, whatever the fuck. Okay? End of April. And yeah, I'm really sick, so I hope I get better. But I told you that when I'm sick, I trade like an absolute actual Nutella jar in space. But yeah, that's all for now, folks. Love you all, appreciate you all. I'm here if you need anything, and let's fucking go.